What's good? Tune on in, tune on in. Make sure everybody make sure that they do not screenshot or record this video. Do not duplicate this video and give it out by any means necessary to anyone. So with any rendition of this video, any remake of this video will be illegal. Any screenshots will be illegal. So again, this is Larder Phenom Brett Registry. This is my information. Let me get my pencil together so I can write my name on here. Still a little bit down under the weather, but I'm trying to get through this master class quickly as possible and get over to doing the next one as well. Larder Phenom. Today is the 23rd, correct? Yeah, August 23rd. So, with that being said, I'm just going to do this quick live stream so y'all can understand a little something. Today has been a upside down day to where people haven't taken notice, but we just caught the last group leader left trying to mimic Larder Phenom and nobody says a word about it. When I've been exactly purely honest about what these folks' intent are years in advance, and when they finally drop the straw and say, I'm finna copy Phenom, it doesn't make breaking news. That baffles me. The whole world this could be the last straw to where the whole world can say, wow, you're really that dude. You're the one who has broken all rules to this thing. Everybody's trying to be like you. But nope, I'm going to act blind to what you're saying. But again, it is what it is. You know, when you the number one in lottery, you got to expect that. So let me try to get through this masterclass really quick. One thing about it, you got to learn your state. When you learn your state, you'll know exactly how to go about it. You got to remember something. The last 10 draws says it all. When you're trying to hit for hit, the last 10 draws have everything you technically need to suffice for your very next hit. Why I say that? Because within 10 draws, everything had a chance to rotate. Every draw had a chance, every digit had a chance to show itself at least. So that's what I mean by that. So from digits 0 through 9, they all had an opportunity to rotate. So if you want to be technical about it, the last 10 draws have everything you will ever need. So again, when I say, well, the 6th drawback is this, the 6th drawback is that, that's because it's within the 10 drawback. So within that 10 drawback, you got to realize it'll be 2 5 draws, X marks the spots. So again, by understanding my last 10 draws have 2 X marks the spot in it, people don't grasp that that's what's literally going on. As I say, well, this is the 10th drawback, this is the 9th drawback, I just scoop right on by it. But they don't realize what I'm saying is I'm about to use 2 X marks the spot to be even further correct. So that what makes it easier for me to be more correct. Excuse me, I gotta wipe my nose and try to talk because I'm still a little under the weather, but I want to get through this masterclass with y'all. So, by understanding hit for hit, you got to understand your state. Understanding your state by understanding the last 10 draws. The last 10 draws have everything you need to know about how things operate. It's all within the last 10 draws. So, with that being said, here's a few pointers that you need to remember. The last 10 draws, you have 2 5-draw clusters. 2 5-draw clusters, correct? Or 2 X marks the spot. Okay? Now, half of that 5, because it's a 10 drawback, half of that 10 has a set of 5 over here and a set of 5 over here. So what we're saying is, this is the 10th, this is the 9th, 8th, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Current hit. This back 5, the back 5 of the last 10 draws is going to be the most hottest determination of where your next hit relies. What do you mean? Remember, excuse me, this set of the first 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's this set. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's that set. The front 5 of the last 10 is not as conducive to having your next hit. It's the back 5. Why? Because, for instance, it'll have that 6 draw back. So that 6 draw back, X marks the spot, helps predict that next hit. That's in the back 5, not the front 5. So once you understand that, you'll understand what everything is. Like, everything to this next hit does require that. But it also feeds off of that because, for instance, I'm going to keep using this same forte. If the 10th drawback was series, and series brought in another series, as you see so often, and then it brought in a trip trigger at the 8th, and then it brought in a base number, and then it brought in a trip trigger. Now, you got to realize something. We're not worried about the digits. We're worried about what it's called. Once you figure out how we identify what's coming up is by what didn't fall yet, that's half your battle. So when you're saying, hey, I need to go for my next hit, right now we're looking at this as the back 5, But if it was about your next hit, it would now be considered the front 5. See what I mean? So while it's simultaneously the last 5, it is still simultaneously the front 5 as well, so to speak. So 10 draws equal 1 draw. You feel me on this? Meaning, no matter which draw you're getting ready to play for next, your number 1 draw, it already has a 10 drawback attached to it. So since we're using our mind and saying, well, this set will be the back 5, this set will be the front 5. You get what I'm saying? We're categorizing it. But if we say, well, all 10 of these draws are just 1 draw, then it don't matter what these were the back 5 or the front 5. Why it wouldn't matter? Because these back 5 help dictates what's next. Now, with that being said, this is what you call a system or a wave. This would be called a wave. What are we calling this? How many digits apart is this? 1 digit apart. 1 digit apart. How many digits apart is this? Base number, 3 digits apart. Now, neither or the digit apart would matter in this moment. That wouldn't matter because it fluctuates. So then we'll say, well, what do you think is due here? Because we got a 1 digit apart here, and we got a 3 digit apart here, and this could be whatever, trip trigger it was, whatever trigger it was, because it's separated by something. So let's just say we call it a 014. Okay, and let's just call this a 239. Now, with this 014 and 239, we see now that majority of this is separated by 1 digit. 0 and 1, 2 and 3. So it's separated by 1 digit. What we don't understand is we're missing that 2 situation. We ain't seen the number 2 be a 2 digit apart. So after everything we're noticing about our state, we're saying, damn, as if this was the front 5. We're waiting on our next hit right here. So this would be draw number 2. This would be draw number 3. This would be the 4th drawback, so forth and so forth. So we're waiting on our next hit. What do you think should be coming out next? That 2 digit apart number. So if the 3 had just came up, and then let's say this ended up being a number 3 as well, let's say 307. Well, with that 307 and that 239, I say, well, damn, we haven't seen the number a 6 roll up yet. Well, what 2 digit apart number could tie into that number 6. All even waves, 264, 602, blase, blase, blase. It's like it, as long as you have it as a 2-digit apart, which would probably be a 6, 8, and 4. As long as it's a 2-digit apart, then you'll know it's befitting because you don't have a 2-digit apart structure yet. You have a 3-digit apart, you have a 1-digit apart, and then you have the trip triggers, which it fluctuate. So you need another constant system to show next. That's half the battle. The 9 created the 4, and the 6 and 2 came out there because it's an all even wave, and y'all haven't seen the number 6 in a while. It become that easy. But when you do your by 2 by 3, that 2 has the number 6 in the corner. It's the reason why the 6 is in the corner. So when you understand that, that number 2 really does have the 6 in the corner. You see what I'm saying? So it's a reason why we're identifying how a 2-digit apart needs to show next, because we're gauging our state on the last 10. Now, let's just say, well, that was 624. Now, we're watching the states do what they're doing because all we're doing is trying to hit the number 1 draw. That's all we're doing it for. We're trying to hit our next hit after hit, our next hit. So we'll fill this in with, let's say, another trip trigger after the all even wave.